how are you? And welcome to this Mummy's Love video. And this is gonna be a really big support video for a lot of mommies out there. Lately, I've done a few posts in regards to like support and encouragement for moms that are breastfeeding and are really struggling with sleep. Sleep deprivation is a big thing when you are breastfeeding. And in fact, sleep deprivation, your sleep patterns will change as soon as you have a child. Even if your child sleeps really well and you don't have any issues with them like getting up or anything like that, even when your kids are like 4 or 5, whatever, you change as a parent once you become, your sleeping changes once you become a parent. Because you're going to be thinking about your kids, you're going to be wondering the stuff that you have to get ready for them tomorrow. There's so much going on in your head in regards to what's happening with your kids that your sleep is going to be affected. And a lot of times you feel like you go through the day like this. And that's pretty normal, but I'm actually laughing about it. But it's not that funny really when it comes to like sleep deprivation, when you are breastfeeding your child and your child is waking up like every hour. Sometimes you feel like you just put them down a second ago and like 2 minutes later, they're crying again for you to pick them up. So just to make it clear in regards to like crying at nighttime and breastfeeding and what, like you may be thinking like, oh my God, there's something wrong with my child. Like what's going on? Why are they crying so much? Breastfeeding babies they actually take that their intake of like breast milk is actually greater at night. It's actually like 30, even up to 40% of their intake, which is huge. And that's actually the reason why milk production peaks at night. So it kind of gives you a little bit of an understanding why breastfeeding at nighttime is so important and why your babies make the most of it during that time too. And it's between like 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. That's when your prolactin levels boost like rocket high, and that's when your breasts go into like full milk production. That's why if you get up like in the early hours of the morning and you do like a pump or you breastfeed your baby, you will feel like your breasts are pretty engorged, pretty swelled up, and that's because of that spike in prolactin and your body making more milk. So that kind of explains a little bit of what happens like during the nighttime when your baby gets up, why you are not really able to sleep, why you feel engorged. So a little bit about that. But also remember too that breastfed babies, the way their digestive system works is completely different to formula-fed babies. Formula-fed babies, once they have a bottle, they get super sleepy and super full because their body has to do so much work to digest the formula because it has a lot of synthetic materials and stuff like that, so their body has to work really hard. Imagine if you went to, I don't know, like a burger joint and had like a huge burger with like fries and bacon and cheese and everything you can put on it. Like after that, you're gonna feel like pretty knocked out. So it's the same thing for a formula-fed baby. Now your breastfed baby just had like this super delicious salad, super clean with like avocados and quinoa and all like really light and really refreshing. So that's gonna go through you like pretty quick, right? So that's the way kind of to look at it. And in fact, a way for you to kind of like make the notion of how like quick and how amazing breast milk digests. Once your baby gets a little bit older, like after a few weeks, you'll see that sometimes they'll go a few days without pooping. And that's because breast milk completely digests where there's no like material to eliminate basically. So breast milk digests very efficiently and very quickly also. So sometimes it can be like 30 minutes, an hour by the time the milk is completely digested and your baby is hungry again. So that's why you have to probably breastfeed a few times during the night. And remember, in the beginning, your baby's tummy is teeny tiny, so they can only get like a little bit of milk, and then that's gonna digest super quick, so they're gonna need some more milk quickly. And in addition to that, remember also that babies go through cluster feeding periods. That's when they're like having growth spurts, so they need to have a lot of milk. So it's kind of their survival way of being able to cope with all these changes in their body, just drinking a lot of milk. And also, in addition to that, this is the emotional support and the emotional need from your baby. Remember, breastfed babies are extremely close to their mom, because from the moment they were in the womb for 9 months, feeding your heartbeat, feeding your warmth, and then during all this time that you've been breastfeeding, you've been strengthening that bond, holding your baby. He's still feeling your heartbeat, feeling your warmth, feeling your smell. So they feel very safe next to you, okay? So those are a lot of the reasons why babies wake up through the night, why all this stuff is happening. So there's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with your baby. What is really important though is that you are able to cope with it, because this may happen for a few weeks, it may happen for a few months. Sleeping through the night is a developmental milestone, so all kids reach it at different ages, okay? And they may also reverse back because they go through an emotional change. With my kids, for example, Samuel, he slept on his own, like in his own bed, because we did co-sleeping until he was 1 year old, and he slept in his own bed from being 1 to 2. Once his brother was born, once Isaac was born, he reversed, and I think he just needed more of my attention, and he's 3.5 now, and since then he comes back into our room. So he'll start to sleep in his bedroom, and in the nighttime he'll come back into our room, and he'll do that a few times a week. Where Isaac was differently, he co-slept with me till he was like 1.5, and from being 1.5 to now he's almost 2, he just sleeps all the way through the night, and I'm pretty confident he's gonna do it all the way through. So kids just change, that's their patterns, depending on what's going on. Maybe they change preschool, maybe something happened in your lifestyle. Anything that correlates with their emotional changes will reflect somewhere. Might be their like tantrums, might be eating, might be sleeping. So that's something to be like aware of, what changes are going on that could be causing this too, to make sure that your child knows that everything's going to be okay, that you have that emotional support to them. And even if they're babies, talk to them, let them know that everything's okay, comfort them, okay? Don't just ignore their cries, because that's going to make it worse, because they're going to channel that fear or that insecurity that they have into something else, maybe now or maybe later on, okay? But like, again, going back to how you cope with this, okay? The important thing is to just take things one day at a time, okay? Don't focus on tomorrow night, don't focus on next week. Focus on what's happening right now. So just take it one day at a time, one night at a time. And I know that it's like, seems so overwhelming. You're just like, I cannot do this anymore. I just need to sleep. I'm gonna have to give up on breastfeeding. But like I said, just take it one day at a time. My biggest advice is to just kind of like get sleep whenever you can, okay? If someone can hold your baby or have your baby during the day for like 15 minutes, for like 20 minutes, your neighbor, anybody, a friend that comes over to see you, don't think that you're being rude. Like, your sleep is like top priority right now. So if you can get some shut eye for like 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you can, go for it, okay? If you put your baby down for a nap, go to sleep right away, okay? I know it's super hard, because I struggled majorly with this. I would see those plates like piling up in the sink, or like laundry to do and stuff like that. All that stuff can wait. Like, that's what I would have to remind myself. This is not top priority. For me to function properly, for me to be able to take care of my other kids, for me to be able to take care of my baby, for me to stay sane, I need to sleep. So take that into priority. Whatever minutes you can get of sleep, take them. If you are in the car driving and your husband is driving, you're in the driver's seat or in the back or whatever, go to sleep then. Whenever you can. I would even go to, like, I was at a doctor's appointment, I would go to sleep in the office. Like, wake me up when you're ready for me. Like, seriously, I would go to sleep anywhere. So take advantage of those down moment times that you can and have some sleep. My other really, really big tip is drink a lot of water, okay? Making sure that your body is hydrated and well fueled up is super important. That means like a lot of liquid water, especially, and then like granola bars and like nice ones, clean ones, not like cookies, like good ones that have good ingredients and nutritious ingredients that have like steady flow of energy and whole wheat and stuff like that. Make sure that you eat them throughout the days to keep your energy level up, but really importantly, water. If you think of like when people get hungover after they've had like a lot of alcohol, the reason why they're like sleepy and grouchy and stuff like that is because their body is like super dehydrated, okay? And also when you have lack of sleep, your body gets dehydrated. But when you fuel up your body with lots of water, and anyway, I mean, you have to be drinking lots of water when you're breastfeeding, but if you make sure that you drink extra water, then make sure, like what I do is I always carry a water bottle with me everywhere I go. And in my house I have a few of them lying around the house, and I try to drink about 5 of the big water bottles. So that would be like around 6 or 7 of your standard like 500 milliliter water bottles that you just buy from the store. So that's why I try and do it, because I like to be super eco-friendly. I don't just drink those water bottles. I have my actual water bottles that I can wash and stuff like that. So I keep them all around the house. Anywhere I go, straight, I leave the house, put it in my purse. So water, super important, okay? And you'll notice a huge change. That was a big changer for me. Once I started to drink a lot of water, it made a huge difference in how I felt throughout the day. And I felt like I wasn't so fatigued and I wasn't so drained out. So it made a huge difference, okay? Another tip that I'll give you, look into some natural supplements, like herbal supplements that give you steady energy. The ones that I like, and maybe you can look into them too, is moringa. It helps with energy, and it also boosts milk production. So it has a double whammy there. So that one's really good, and I like that one. And the other one is also ginseng and ginkgo biloba. So look into those, see which supplements work good for you. There's a lot of different natural herbal supplements that help with energy. I would also consult with your doctor first. Make sure that they're safe for breastfeeding, and make sure that they're safe for you, whatever medical conditions that you might have or pre-existing conditions that you may have. And if you have any questions, let me know, okay? I really struggled with sleeping with Samuel until I discovered co-sleeping too. That was something else I was going to mention. So think about alternative ways too that you can cope with that getting up through the night, and how you can make it quicker and easier. So maybe, like I said, having your baby close to you, make sure your crib is in the crib is in your room. Co-sleeping, that was my lifesaver, okay? And I'll do another video about co-sleeping in another opportunity, hopefully in the next few days, so that you can listen to that one too. And I'll explain more about co-sleeping. But basically what co-sleeping does, it allows the opportunity for you to sleep with your baby, so you're meeting your baby's nutritional needs and emotional needs too. So your baby's close to you, so there's going to be less crying. You're going to be able to get a little bit more sleep. And overall, trust me, everyone in your house is just going to be happier. That was definitely my experience. I've done it with both my kids, so I strongly recommend it, especially if you're like really struggling with deep sleep deprivation. I'm telling you, it's like the quickest and fastest solution, okay? So I hope this video helps. I hope it gives you encouragement, and know that this is not going to last forever. It's not going to be like this forever. It will gradually start to get better. Like I said, just take it one day at a time. Reach out for support if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like you cannot take it anymore, okay? Write to us here, write to me, reach out to me personally, okay? Reach out to a friend, to your loved one, to a neighbor, whoever you can, and let them know what you're experiencing, what you're going through, so that they can help you, okay? So they can give you support and encouragement. It's really important, especially when you're going through those really hard days, okay? I hope, mommies, that this was helpful for you. If you're experiencing this, shoot me a little message. I'd love to know what you're going through. I'd love to give you some pointers and some advice on how I can help you. And mommies, lots of love and encouragement and hugs. I know exactly what you're going through, and it's going to be so worth it in the end when you look back at all that effort that you've gone through, and all the amazing benefits that your baby is able to experience through having your breast milk, and for you having nursed them and breastfed them during this time. Whatever time it is, it's an amazing accomplishment. Bye-bye, mommies.